Hello and welcome back to another out-of-spec motoring road trip video. You join me with the BMW iX at San Diego's airport. I am just dropping off my dad. He is flying back to the East Coast, and you and I will be road tripping the iX all the way out to Colorado, going from here in San Diego to Fort Collins, seeing how the charging network does. We made it out here, you guys saw that. We're pretty much taking the same route back. So we saw some service personnel at chargers. We got more stuff to talk about. We just ended Fully Charged Live, and now it's time for the road trip home. So thanks for coming, Dad.
Oh, Kyle, awesome time. Thank you so much. I really had a great time.
Subscribe to Out of Spec Dave, and we got to hit the road here. So let's go through everything. If you haven't watched part one, I explain a lot about the iX, and this one we are just hitting the road and road tripping back to Colorado. All right, see you, Dad.
Take care.
Have a safe
trip home.
You too.
All right.
Try and get some sleep on the plane.
Oh, you can guarantee that.
Yeah. All right. Let's hop in the iX. This is the M60 if you're just tuning in. EPA range 274 miles, but I've gotten 340 at 70 miles an hour. Huge range, 105 kilowatt hour usable battery pack. Thing is just so freaking nice. I think I have my seat set to number 1, if I remember correctly. Welcome, Kyle. Thank you very much. So what we're going to be doing is we are going to be putting in home. We want to go to Fort Collins, Colorado. Let's see if we can find it. There we go. Fort Collins, Colorado. Boom. Downtown Fort Collins. That works. I literally said downtown Fort Collins. That works. Start guidance. Route criteria. Charging route is on. Arrive at charging stations at 5%. So let's go. Can it calculate it all out? I think it's still thinking. Come on, baby. Let's go. We ain't got all day. There we go. 16 hours, 23 minutes, 1,141 miles. That seems like a lot of miles. And wow, I thought it was less than that. So basically, it doesn't seem to have added the chargers automatically based off of this. The route planning isn't so great in this car, but I will say after driving it out here, it's one hell of a highway cruiser. This is the route we're going to be taking back to Denver. Basically, yeah, over to I-15 over here, basically LA, Vegas, not quite to Salt Lake, and then I-70 over to Denver, then up to Fort Collins. So we got a lot of driving to do. Leaving at 7 p.m. Let's see how we feel. I'm not feeling so hot right now. Got a migraine, a bit nauseous, but I want to at least get out on the road and get some miles under our belt. So beautiful sunset here in San Diego at the moment, but let's turn this thing on. We are at 76% state of charge. Wow, it makes this kind of funky noise when we turn everything on. What I'd like to do actually is I'd like to pull up our trip situation. So this was on the trip out, so we got 2.7 miles per kilowatt hour. I'd like to reset our trip for the way back. And then of course we can also see it from charging to charging stop. So into drive, into braking for one pedal drive. I think we're gonna throw it into efficient mode, which lowers us down a little bit, reduces some of the electrical load on systems, and we're gonna stretch it as far as we can. 76% state of charge. Car's predicting 234 miles. We have some uphill driving to do, quite a bit of uphill driving to do. So let's get on out of here, hit the road, and see how the charging works on the way back. I got a lot of updates to tell you about Electrify America. Gonna check out some new stations, etc. And let's rock and roll. And welcome to Baker, California. Let's take a look at our stats. About 4 hours of driving. We did 240 miles, 3.2 miles per kilowatt hour uphill, and we've pulled in at 5% state of charge. Now I'm pretty excited because we're gonna have a pretty full charging session starting at 5% state of charge on the new hardware. So these are the new units fed by the new chargers. This one is a BTC dispenser. These are all BTC dispensers fed from a BTC charger. And so let's see how this all works. This is what the company is going to be replacing some of the poor stations with this new hardware. Plug in, instantly connects. You can see connecting the vehicle. That was right on the money as we expect. And yeah, I really think these new units could be the key to reliability in the network. You know, we've just seen so many of these older hardware failing. This is sort of the next generation. You can see the software so much snappier as well. Boom, it's in free vend mode. I don't know exactly why their entire network is free, but I'm pretty sure every charger on this network is a zero cost situation at the moment. So we are juicing right there. Boom. And yep, everything we like to see. Ramping up. Boom. So let's let this thing peak. It should do about 170 kilowatts or so. We'll let it juice up and yeah, see how well this thing does. I'll probably run over, get some snacks, and then we'll find a hotel not too far away from here. ID4, EV6, whole bunch of Teslas charging. Love it out here. Look at that, 160 kilowatts, 180 kilowatts. That's what we like to see, 183. 500 amps, maybe even a bit more actually. Looks pretty good, and yep, all good. Nice. I was hoping we could find like a secret menu. Sweet. 186 kilowatts. I will take it. Cable cooling's kicking on nice and quiet. Really nice units. And dang, check this out. We are just pegged at the maximum 195 kilowatts. Everything the iX wants, it's getting right now. Also, thank goodness for this shade because the rain is coming in. So yeah, really nice to have this covered charging location where we are with the solar panels on top. They also have a big Tesla battery pack back there. I mean, a really nice install, and I'm loving these new units. Really loving the new units. It's delivering 197 kilowatts to the car. The car is showing 195. I don't know if the car will show more than 195. That's kind of pegged out, but 197 according to the unit over there. I'm booking a hotel just on the south side of Las Vegas. I've selected one with an electric vehicle charging point. Hopefully we can do a full charge there, but I don't think we'll need much juice to get over there. Maybe another 10% or so, maybe 20%. Maybe I'll charge it up to 50% state of charge because I'm pretty tired. It's 11. We'll definitely get there after midnight. And yeah, can always juice up in the morning if we can't get the hotel charging to work. Wow, this is one of the best charging sessions I've had. The car still shows 195, but take a look at the charger. It is showing 199 being delivered just straight through. These things are certainly beefy. I am pretty impressed. 200 delivered to the car. That's freaking awesome. And I guess the BMW programming over here doesn't want to show it. Oh, wait, here we go. 199 kW plus. Ho ho! Nice. So we are just getting more juice than what this car should be getting at this point. That's pretty awesome. 200 kilowatts. And yeah, I'm going to let this thing ride until it tapers because a very high likelihood that the chargers are taken at the charger, the level 2 charger at the hotel. The lightning's going crazy over here. I don't think they get too much rain out here in the desert. We are in, I think, the Mojave or close to it. Take a look at this, 200 kilowatt plus. Man, we are just doing really well over here. This is awesome. So basically the plan is, yep, let it charge up till it tapers. We'll charge up at the hotel if we can. If not, no big deal. We can hit some stations in Vegas. So look, it's coming off 200 right there. And yep, so it's just hit its taper point. We can see, yep, off of 200 kilowatts. There goes the ID4. That dude was ripping it on the highway too. Oh, but he's switching stalls, so that's not a good sign. He's got to come and use the new units. So we're currently charging at 164 kilowatts at 43%. I think we actually tapered a bit early, had all the juice early on, and then I'm not sure if the car got a little toasty. I don't think it did. Maybe the handle got a little bit warm. Doesn't matter. Either way, incredible charging session. I have to say, we are starting this trip off right. That is the fastest charge rate I've ever seen on this car, and it's an 82 degrees outside. So it's 85 miles to get to where we're going. We do have some wind and, of course, now some weather, big thunderstorms, big lightning going on. And so basically we're going to hit 50% state of charge. We have 85 miles to get there. That's plenty. If we can't charge it overnight, then that's, you know, at least the battery's not going to sit dead, which is bad for it. So another couple minutes here at most, and then we're out on the road heading to Vegas. We have reached 50% state of charge, so the rain also just like came and left. That was pretty wild. And definitely enjoy having these covers here at this station. That's pretty freaking sweet. You can see the water still is leaking through the lights over here, but I would say generally it's much more protected than not having a cover. Love having a cover. We were here 18 minutes to get us up to 50% from 5. I think that's pretty reasonable. We put 56 kilowatt hours in, and of course, I still don't fully understand why, but the station is free. One thing I was talking to Alyssa about, she was road tripping our Rivian, and she was saying that, you know, like Volkswagen ID4s and some other cars have free charging. If you try to swipe to activate the charger, not realize it's complimentary, it actually doesn't charge the car. It's like 2 frees make a bricked charger. So she had to tell some folks just to plug the thing in when it says complimentary session. So if you're running into that and the network is complimentary, like if you have an ID4 or something, just plug the car in. Don't try and activate the charger with your stuff. So free charging, 18 minutes, 56 kilowatt hours delivered to the car. And yeah, pretty impressed. These cables are not my favorite cables, but this one's really warm after that. So it really dumped the juice into this thing. This thing is very toasty, even with cable cooling on. And, you know, there's a few different suppliers of cables that manufacturers can choose. And this one, yeah, I mean, be interesting to see how these hold up over time. I know the cables have been an issue, and actually I pulled up to this one last time. The reason I didn't use this station was last time I couldn't get this one to work with the iX. Perhaps I should just back it up and try it again. Now that we definitely know that it works with this charger, I'd actually be curious to see if this one works or doesn't work. Now I'm going to back the iX up just for a little experiment, a little midnight experiment. Let's see if we can get the iX charging on that one. So in the previous episode, when I was driving out here from Colorado, this was the one that I pulled up to first. And I mean, it all looks good, but for some reason I tried it a few times and it wouldn't activate. So let's see, how about now? Yeah, now it's definitely activating and working great. So I'm not sure if it's something they fixed. Perhaps they had a service team come out and fix it, but definitely a thumbs up here. Kind of nice. I'm glad we came to try this one out again. Because yeah, I mean, yeah, these are the new units. They should just work. And I love how snappy the software is. And it actually says balanced charger here. This is before they've been updated with the new visuals. So this one and this one, I guess, are shared power. So we'll have to do some videos on that and try all that out, of course. But contactors are clicking. All is good. And yeah, these new units, these things are just going to be the key, and I'm pretty sure EA is going heavy into installing them. Yep, ramping up on charging, but we're not going to wait here very long. We just need to make sure that this one worked, and 100% definitely works. So, unplugged. I love that there's just one cable on these chargers. Close these up, and off we go then. welcome to our hotel for the night. Let's take a look at what's going on over here. We are in Vegas, and let's see. It says EV charging is currently out of order, and we thank you for your patience. Well, that freaking sucks, doesn't it? What the heck? All right, well, damn. BTC power. Looking good, brother. That sucks. So I guess we'll just leave the car here. It's not like we're icing anything. We're at about 15% state of charge. I guess we'll wake up and charge it in the morning on our way out of town. I'm way too tired to go sit at a charger tonight. And yeah, get my bags out of the back, go check in, get ourselves a good night's sleep at the Hampton Inn. It's got a 9.6 rating out of 10. So should be a pretty nice spot. Got all my clothes in here. Going to bed. Good night. And a good morning from the Hampton Inn. What a great stop. But man, I was thinking about this. Like, these units are not cheap. These BTC with payment processing and a screen, 2 units with cable management. These have got to be $6,000 plus or minus. And just for a broken charger, you could save a lot of money. Just spend a few $100 on a Clipper Creek, provide a service to your guests. It's going to take a lot of charging to make up that cost difference. Man, that was loud. Going to make a lot of, you know, just do like a basic robust Clipper Creek or a Tesla destination charger or both. You can get destination chargers with J handles on them now. Yeah, this is just way too complicated. Same with ChargePoint's dual pin solution. Way too expensive, not enough power. Clipper Creek, I'm a big fan. I like those. I also like the Tesla destination chargers. Those things just freaking work. So yeah, didn't charge. I plugged it in just so I didn't look like I was icing the spot. Got front row parking. Why not? Yeah, let's go to the EA station, charge this thing up. I have to do a conference call in 10 minutes, so I may end up charging more than I need to, but as usual, I'll use the range as we get going. And the EA station's just right down the street. And now you join us over here at the Las Vegas Premium Outlets, and we are juicing up. This is the station. We're on the way out. We saw that F-150 Lightning. Ooh, nice private jet, ripping it. That'd be easier way to travel than this. Yeah, pulled up, plugged in, didn't work. And the reason is they were just out here fixing this station. You can see the older handles, and take a look at that. So I was like, why won't this thing go into the car? And then I was looking at it, and I was looking from this angle, and it all looked good, right? And then I was like, when this thing won't go in. Then I was like, oh crap, no wonder why it won't go in. So we just have a one cable situation. The other thing is the charger reports both as being available, so their reporting isn't totally accurate. But yeah, just swapped handles, plugged in, initiated instantly. We have a 350 amp limitation. These are the old ABB units that are going to be ripped out, I believe, and replaced with the new ones. I don't know exactly which stations, but these should be. And doing 156 kilowatts. So that's all this station can deliver. As pack voltage comes up for the same 350 amps, we'll get a little bit more. And so for this car, I could have plugged into 150 kilowatt. It doesn't actually make much of a difference because they both have the same 350 amp limitation. Thankfully, it's early in the morning and no one is really here. I'm gonna run in, there's a Starbucks inside, start this day off properly. By the time I'm done walking to the other side of the outlets and come back here, we should have enough power to continue this journey and head on into Utah. So ran in, grabbed my Starbucks. I think they moved it one row down because it's like way on the other side. We got to be charged up pretty high. I had to do a quick conference call, run in and grab my Starbucks. So I think we're ready to rock and roll. I'm going to unplug us and we're going to stretch it. And you know, sometimes when I do this, it's like, oh, we should have waited for like 5 more minutes to get to the next station. But hey, sometimes you just got to take the risk. And I'm feeling like we can do this. It's all uphill though. So we've been here for 28 minutes. Looks like we're at about 75% state of charge, something like that, 72% state of charge. Let's not leave this on the roof, otherwise we will not make it through the day today. Throw it in the cup holders. We are getting ready to go. Another free charging session. Still not fully understanding why the network is free, but The iX does not come with plug-in charge at the moment. BMW just issued a press release today that at least in Europe, it will be getting a software update to do plug-in charge, but at the moment it doesn't here. So we're all unplugged, we're ready to rock and roll. Time to head out towards Utah. It's a beautiful drive today. Here is today's route as it's calculating. Come on, calculate. Man, this thing is pretty slow. There we go. And take a look, it's actually doing route planning for the first time. Really not good route planning because it wants us to go somewhere for 7 minutes right on the other side of town. What's up with that? That's the first time I've seen this car do actual route planning. I've done nothing different, I swear. Okay, well, let's just see if it adapts charging stations as we start driving, because I'm ignoring it and we are going. But hey, how about that? That is pretty cool. I like the display for route planning. That's how it should be. But why is it having us stop so early? Well, I have a friend who owns an iX and he said the route planning is pretty poor, and I would agree with that. But let's see how it is when it's actually working. Head-up display working well here. Just a great cruiser. 230 miles. It does route adaptation for range, so it knows we're going uphill. Really, really good stuff here. Welcome to Cedar City, Utah. We had quite a tailwind on the way over here. Take a look. This is the same F-150 that was spotted fixing those chargers before. So let's get this thing plugged in and charging. This is, yeah, that's the F-150 we saw fixing Vegas. But here we go. Plug-in 350 kilowatt unit connecting. Let's take a look at the charging speeds inside the car. We've arrived at 5% state of charge. So again, just stretched it like I mentioned as far as we could go on that charge. And yep, it says battery charging too low to do preconditioning. Okay, no problem. When you sit in the car, it gives you all of the AC stuff though. Yep, that's the same guy we met in Vegas. Not the nicest guy on the planet. Really kind of hates all that stuff. So whatever, it doesn't matter. As long as he's fixing the chargers. So let's see, that's since we left, we had a lot of uphill to do to get up to here. Let's take a look at since this last trip. There we go, big speeds, big uphill, still 177 miles, which is pretty good. Just ramping up on the charging, 3 kilowatts. There we go, you see those gray bars go? That means the charger's telling the car it can give everything that it can get. And there we go, juicing. So these Signet chargers that we're at here should give us the full 195 kilowatts that the iX is looking for. We should see it ramp up to about 180 kilowatts right now, something like that at this low state of charge. And it's well on its way to getting there. So come on, keep on ramping. These, sort of 400 volt cars max out at around 500 amps. And really the only reason to go 800 volt would just be for charging performance. There are some thermal benefits, but it's quite expensive. So yeah, looking good to me. Getting pretty good speeds right here. And I would say we're just going to let this thing juice up until it tapers and then head on to the next out of spec style. So we're charging here in Cedar City. We just tapered off of max speed. We're down to 160 kilowatts each at 160 kilowatts roughly at 44% state of charge. This is really a car you charge to 50% and go to the next. And so I'm thinking we head to Salina because that skips Beaver, Utah, which is not the best spot, but Salina is one of my favorite charging stops. It's just out of Love's. It's the newer Signet units. They rip. They look great. It's right off the highway. Love's has some food there. It's a perfect stop. It's 133 miles away. The car's predicting about 115 miles at the moment. So I say we stay just a few more minutes and then we stretch it all the way up to Salina. It is uphill, but we have a tailwind most of the way, which should be helpful. So we'll leave ourselves a little bit of buffer and then we'll head to Salina. So let's see what the BMW says about the Salina situation. It says 4% arrival. Let's see, 147 miles predicted. So maybe it isn't all uphill. I think we'll let this say 5%. So we'll unplug here momentarily. You know what? Just for extra buffer, we're still doing 150 kilowatts. I'm going to charge it till it says 50% even. And then I know we can easily make it the 133 miles to get there. So here we are, 18-minute stop. We added we delivered 52 kilowatt hours. And again, another free charging session. Still not understanding why, but we will take the free juice, right? If they're dispensing it. There we go. Unplug. We'll throw this back in the handle. So we're going from the older Signets now to the newer Signets in Salina. Close the best charging flap in the world. The iX is looking good, nice and dirty, as it should be. It's a road tripping machine. So comfortable. Got the massage seat going. Fans are ripping. Let's jump in and head to Salina, leaving, of course, another Walmart. And welcome to Salina, Utah. That's what I call a perfect run. Down to 4%, 11 miles. Just kept the speeds up pretty high. Let's take a look at what high-speed cruising does to the iX. Boom, boom, boom. 2.6 miles per kilowatt hour. Gotta say, that's really not bad. Did 132 miles, ripping it more or less. And again, not the easiest elevation profile. We have the newer Signet units. These things should just rip. So let's get the thing charging up. So we'll open up the ports, grab the handle. After the last stop, double check the handle. Looks good. In you go. And recognize the car, plugged in, and let's hope this all goes smoothly. I'm sure it will. Took a 350 kilowatt spot because this car needs the 500 amps. Actually, the Mach-E, when it's very low on charge, can benefit from the 350 kilowatts, but nice of them to take the 150. If you're not pulling in dead in a Mach-E, then not needed. Actually, this one doesn't need 500 amps because that is not a big battery Mach-E. That is a non-extended range all-wheel drive model. So that's small battery, all-wheel drive. They plugged in at, oh no, 55% it looks like, and they're at like 85, 90%. So Wow. Not the out of spec road tripping lifestyle, but good to see them out and about cruising, just not maximizing their time. So it looks like we're all charging according to the IX. I can see a little blue dot going there. Let's hit continue on this so we can see what we're doing. Let's get this thing focusing. Boom. And ramping up on the charging, hopefully. 3% state of charge. And there it goes. Signets always ramp up smoothly. Screen's not doing so hot, is it? But at least we can see it. At nighttime, these screens rock. And cable cooling's ramping up dynamically with the amount of current being sent through it. Yep. And yeah, it looks like they're doing a big construction project over here in Salina, Utah. A super quick hop, skip, and a jump over to Green River Coffee Co. Love this spot. You know, we've discussed maybe this should be the out-of-spec future charging location. How cool would that be? And after on the trip out, we had a whole bunch of kerfuffle trying to figure out which chargers output full power, and this is the only one. And I believe this specific handle, we're gonna basically get this thing plugged in at the charger we know at least has the best chance of giving us charging. Now, if you were rolling up for the first time, how would you know this? You wouldn't unless you watch this video or unless EA fixes these chargers. But at the end of the day, this one was giving 30 kilowatts, this one was giving 40 kilowatts, and that one was giving 30 kilowatts. This one's not full power. Cable cooling's on. This one still has the 350 amp limitation on these ABB units, but hopefully we just saved ourselves a whole bunch of time because we had the knowledge of driving out, which is making our trip back even smoother. So we're at about 33% state of charge. Like I mentioned at the last charging stop in Salina, I filmed a video, ran in to grab some snacks, spent a little bit too much time there. Also had to upload and post some stuff. So I just unplugged and left, and it was a good move because it's actually quicker to stop here for about 10 minutes, charge the car back up to 50 or 60% state of charge, and then figure out our next plan. What I'm thinking is, because we pretty much have ABB units the whole way back, we're going to be limited to 350 amps. We're not going to be able to get the 200 kilowatts the IX wants. We'll be doing about 150, 160 peak. I'm thinking we charge here until about 55 or 60% state of charge, and then see if we can stretch it to Glenwood Springs. You guys know the Grand Junction chargers heading east from here. You hit Grand Junction, then Glenwood Springs. Grand Junction is like 6 miles off the highway. It's one of the worst charging locations I've ever been to. And the Tesla Supercharger is not much better there either. It's a really bad location. Yeah, you can see we're only doing 142 kilowatts. Not nearly what this thing wants, but that's the limitation of the charger. I have to say the iX has got pretty good thermal ability. So yeah, I think we're gonna try and charge up enough to skip Grand Junction, but it is uphill, so we'll have to see how it does. We do have a nice tailwind, which is great. So yeah, and then just go straight to Glenwood Springs. So we're gonna charge just enough to get to Glenwood Springs is the plan. And then from there, home free. Oh, this one's actually completely unavailable now, just taking a look at that. But thankfully, I knew which one to use. And you can see these gray little bars right here indicating the charger is throttled. So when the charger can give the iX everything it wants, those little gray bars aren't there. And now they are. Let's pull that back up so you can see it. Give it a second to think about life. There we go. Yep, 135. There we go. Yep, nice. So we'll just charge up here till it tapers pretty hard, until we have enough juice to make it. Then we'll head out on the road. Well, we've been charging for a little bit. We're up to 66% state of charge. You can see it's 186 miles to get up to Glenwood Springs, and the car is predicting 202 miles. Keep in mind, this is also factoring in the navigation distance that we have to go. Now, just to double confirm this, when I go to put in a destination, whoops, I should hit recent destinations, and then we should go to Glenwood Springs. The screen doesn't actually make this red thing that you're seeing here on the camera. It shows a 4% arrival, and I find the BMW to be extremely accurate. I've also checked, and we have a slight tailwind, which is great, and I've been driving quite quickly, so the car is sort of predicting worst case. I can always just slow down and extend our range a little bit. So what do you say we unplug? No reason to be sitting here at slow charging speeds. Again, another complimentary session. I think the whole network for like a week now has been totally free. Crazy. 17 minutes to charge. Charge up from 33 to here. This way we can skip Grand Junction and we're off to Glenwood Springs. So I hit stop. Cable cooling just cut off. We'll unplug, throw the cable. Uh-oh, we're stuck around this post. There we go. Throw this one back there. Let's just see if these two are operational, because, yeah, gotta wait for that one to go. We'll check that one on the way out. And so this one's ready and good. This one's ready and good. So for some reason, this one just went completely offline. Not sure what's up with that. Let's close our ports. Boom. And off we go down that way towards Colorado, heading home. And welcome to beautiful Glenwood Springs. It's dark outside. We've arrived at 4%. So that's right what the BMW predicted, isn't it? And I certainly drove it kind of as quickly as I could, still making it nice. Ioniq 5 limited, maxed out right here. That's awesome. Let's see. Not doing the full out of spec lifestyle. Plugged in at 30%, but that's okay. Let's see. Someone's ripping it over there in a CVT. Oh no, there's a gear shift. And we're plugged in, and oh, things are happening. I heard a click. Oh wait, it says unavailable. So I will plug in with the other cable. Okay, so this one's a no-go, but now it's locked to the car and there's nothing I can do on the screen. So click unlock on the key. Nothing I can do, and there's nothing I can do on the charger. So what the heck? Now it's locked to the car? Are you kidding me? Clicking unlock on the key. Usually that's the Euro thing. Let's try locking the car. It won't lock or unlock because the door is open on my side. All right, so we're currently tethered to the charger, and there's no like release handle button in BMWs like there is in Tesla. So we may just have to wait for this to time out, which might take 2 minutes. Blinking red, there we go. Okay, no major problem here. Then we'll take this cable. I think I can make it reach. Give me 1 second. Gotta wrangle it in there. In we go. And are we gonna work? But it's in. The car knows it's doing some communication. Maybe the charger screen is just bricked here. I just charged on this one, I thought, the other day. Okay, yikes. Not good. So I guess we'll let this one do its thing, and then if it doesn't work, we'll just move over to a different one. But while that's doing it, let's make sure the other ones are still available. Alyssa just arrived at a station. The screen's kind of screwed right by our house, and the whole thing is offline. They took it completely offline because they're replacing it with the new hardware according to PlugShare. But the EA app, which she used to check, and she got there really low, said everything was online. So she's really screwed with that situation. And this charger screen is bricked. I just want to know if this one works. We know the EA app's no indication. I don't think our car is charging on this one, unfortunately. We at least know the Ionix charger is working, so when they leave, yeah, we're not getting any juice at the moment. Okay, kind of screwed here too. What the heck? So Alyssa's stranded at a charger and I'm stranded at a charger. Man, EVs are great. Charging error. Okay, so I'll move over to one of these. Come on, close. We're making system upgrades for a better tomorrow. Okay, so this one says available. If we take a look here. Whoa, really bright. Come on. Why won't it show? There we go. Barely. Yeah, says available, ready, plug in first. I'll move the car over. Let's just make sure we can get the damn thing unplugged. What the heck? I can't wait for all this old infrastructure just to get ripped completely out. But I gotta tell you, at least in the meantime, doesn't seem like EA is doing anything to make this process smoother for anyone, is my impression. They keep telling me, oh, we are a solid company, we stand behind our product, blah, blah, blah. Well, kind of sucks at the moment. I'll believe it when I see it. That's what I told them. Start button, drive. It says DC fast charging error. I understand, BMW. I hate to take the Chatamo spot, but I'm not sure if the other one on the end works, so back this sucker in. All right, into park, car off. Charging cable. It's 150 kilowatt, but these are all 350 amp limitations, so it doesn't make too big of a difference. Port open, port in, and yep, recognizing. Okay, good news. So now we'll just let this thing charge up, and I'm hungry. Gotta go find some food around here somewhere. And we are just leaving Glenwood. I thought I was recording, but nope, I wasn't. Charged it up to 80%, and yeah, I think I can actually make it home from here, assuming I got a lot of downhill to go. So the plan is just kind of cruise normally. If I have to stop again, great. The one downside is the Loveland charger, the one right by my house, has been taken completely offline, totally powered off, and left sort of abandoned in preparation for the new hardware upgrades. The problem is, the stations are there. They turned them off in advance. How about you just turn them off when you're about to start putting the damn chargers in? Oh well. can't win, can ya? Anyway, cruising over, going to, gonna have to pull in a little bit early before I head up there to the house, just because our home charging station exploded, and that is supposed to get fixed here shortly. So, yep, gonna try and hit a quick Burger King, McDonald's situation, just get a little something in my stomach, and, yep, do the long stretch home. Let's do this thing. And guys, we made it home, obviously. This was a few weeks ago I shot this video, and it's just going up now, so apologies for a little bit of the delay. Wow, huge range. I'm just looking back as we're editing this video, and to go from Glenwood Springs here to Fort Collins, only on 80%, sure, you lose some elevation. Really awesome. The iX has just left me with the best impression of electric SUVs. It's actually, I think, the best electric SUV on sale today. It's so comfortable. It's unbelievably quiet, has the best freaking sound system, great driver assistance, okay charging. I mean, more than acceptable charging. The curve's great. Yeah, just, and it's been, I don't know, 3 months since we shot this video and the car went back to BMW, but I think about it often and I'm like, wow, that iX rocks. And imagine an iX 50, not the M60, will have even more range and more comfort. Just one hell of a piece of machinery. Unfortunately, totally let down by charging infrastructure, in my opinion. That's really the downside. If you'd like some adventure, I 100% recommend the iX, but the charging experience is not up to, I would say, up to snuff with what the iX is capable of and stands for. So a bit of a shame, but one hell of a great trip. Didn't do the best job filming on this one, didn't get you all the data. I really apologize, but we have some awesome road trips coming up next. Alyssa, what are we putting up after this? Our Norway trip in the Model 3?
Norway should be going up next.
We also have some Rivian towing road trips. I think we have 6 or 7 more road trips in the backlog to get up to you guys, and then fresh content will be coming your way. Appreciate your patience as we get through this editing backlog, and man, that iX is a freaking monster. See you in another one soon. Bye-bye.